Okay, good morning once again, one and all. So, in this particular video lecture, today we will understand how to solve the problems on equivalent systems based on free, undamped, and damped systems, right? So, by using the equivalence method, we will solve the problems on free, undamped, and damped vibratory system. Now, basically, you first of all remember that I have already explained that. So, basically, when they will ask you to calculate the equivalent parameters using x as a generalized coordinate or theta as a generalized coordinate. If x is a generalized coordinate, so you have to find m equivalent and let us say k equivalent or c equivalent. Okay, and if theta is a rotational coordinate, that is a theta is a generalized coordinate, then you have to find out instead of I, mi equivalent, kt equivalent and ct equivalent. So this is first two things what we have to remember before solving such type of problems. Okay. So as far as the last video lecture is concerned, video lecture number 14, we have already solved this problem number 1 by using an equivalence method. Okay. So then we have solved this problem number 2 and then we have solved this problem number 3 also. Okay. So in this today's lecture, we will solve this problem number 4, which is determine M equivalent and K equivalent of a system shown in the figure. Consider X as a displacement of the mass. Now already they have mentioned that consider X as a displacement and find out M equivalent and K equivalent. Okay. Now you can see in this particular diagram or figure that, okay, so let us say this is a O point, okay, and now this is, let us say this is a mass M, okay, which is rolling on the inclined surface at at some angle, okay, and R is the radius, and let us say K is the spring fixed at one end and attached to the center of the O point. Okay, now let us say that X is the displacement given to this mass M. Now when the small x, let us say let x is a small displacement, let x is a small displacement given in a downward direction, small displacement to the center, I am writing here, to the center of mass n, okay, that is at point O. Okay, so what will happen, this pulley or this mass basically this mass will rotate by angle theta in this direction, that is in a anti-clockwise direction. Okay, so let us say that from this particular point, let us say this is nothing but a theta. Okay, I hope you have understand this. Okay, now if I draw a diagram over here, I will get a small triangle, and this small triangle is nothing, let us say this is a x, this is nothing but a theta I am getting. Okay, and let us say this is a r. Okay, so from this I am getting x is equal to r sine theta, but theta is very small, so sine theta is equal to theta, so x is equal to r theta. Therefore I am getting x dot is equal to r theta dot. Now very important in this case, you have to find out m equivalent and k equivalent, so you have to convert theta into the x. So I will consider theta dot is equal to x dot upon r, and this is very important modification, x dot upon r. I hope you understand this. Okay, now let's solve this problem. Now basically first of all you have to find out the total kinetic energy of a system. Now what is total kinetic energy of a system? Total kinetic energy of a system is kinetic energy of mass m rotational, because okay, because the mass m is rotating by angle theta when you are giving a small displacement x, plus kinetic energy now of mass m, okay, translational. Now the center is not fixed, right, and at the center we are giving a small displacement x, so obviously we will have a translational kinetic energy. So very simple, so 1 of I into theta dot square plus 1 of small m into x dot square. Okay, now we know that what is I is nothing but mr square by 2. Okay, mass moment of inertia of a circular disc rolling, or which is rolling on the inclined surface. Okay, now theta we have to convert into the x. Why? Because I have to find out m equivalent and k equivalent. So theta dot x square is nothing but the x dot square upon r square. Why? Because x dot is equal to r into theta dot, and theta dot is equal to therefore x dot upon r. This is the relation I am getting, plus m into x dot square as it is. Okay, now what common you will get? This r square and r square will get cancelled, so you will get small m divided by 2 plus small n into x dot square. Okay, so what you will get? 1 of 3m divided by 2 into x dot, and what is now this bracket term is nothing but the m equivalent into h dot square. So comparing what I am getting the first parameter which they have asked you to find out. M equivalent is equal to, what is M equivalent? 3m divided by 2. Okay. Now I will find out a potential. So now there is only one spring which is attached. Now where is the spring attached? The spring is attached at the center. You can see the spring is attached at the center. So displacement of the spring will be also x. So let's find potential energy. That is nothing but a strain energy. So 1 half k into x square. So that is equal to 1 half k into bracket x square. So that is equal to 1 half. This is nothing but a k equivalent into x square. Okay. So that is equal to. So therefore, what I am getting k equivalent is equal to k. Okay. So now these are nothing but the two parameters what they have asked me to find out. So this is called as an equivalence method, and with the help of this equivalence method you can convert multi masses or multi springs or multi damper problem into a single equivalent mass or equivalent spring or equivalent damper, right, by using this equivalence method. Now let us say they have asked you to find out the natural frequency, so no need to go for the derivation, directly use the formula k equivalent upon m equivalent, that is equal to, what is k equivalent? K divided by what is m equivalent? 3m by 2. So finally I am getting omega n is equal to square root of 2k divided by 3m radian per seconds, and obviously don't forget to find out mention the frequency in the hertz. So 1 upon 2 pi square root of 2k upon 3m hertz. So this is your final answer. Now basically in this problem they haven't asked to find out the natural frequency, they have just asked to find out m equivalent and the k equivalent, but just I have shown you the procedure. Okay. Now using x as a generalized coordinate, determine the following system's equivalent parameter. So now let us say this is a k. Okay. Now you have to find out m equivalent and k equivalent, because you have a mass and you have a spring. You don't have a damper here. Okay. So there is no c equivalent. No need to find out the c equivalent because there is no damper in this system. Now I am solving for both free undamped and damp also. Okay. So now how will you start this problem? First of all, let us say that x is the small displacement given to the mass n. Okay. Let us say now basically they have let us say they have given the mass of this pulley, let us say capital N. Okay. So whatever it is given, so consider it. If they have given, let us say I, so keep I as it is. If they have given a small n, take it as a small n. Okay. And if they haven't given anything, you can assume it as a I, or you can assume it as a capital N. Okay. Because we know that I is equal to capital M R squared by 2 and R is nothing but the radius. You can assume it. Okay. So in this case, I will assume the mass moment of inertia I, and let us say capital M is the mass of this particular pulley. Now very important, at point O the pulley is fixed. Okay. So when you will give a small displacement x to the mass n, this pulley will rotate by angle theta, but its CG from G to G dash will not get translated or will not get displaced because the center is fixed. So you will have a kinetic energy only rotational for this pulley. Okay. So let me start the problem. So let us say x is the small displacement given to the pulley, given to the small mass n. Let us say this is a capital N, and this capital N, mass capital M, is rotated by small angle theta. Let us say I is the mass moment of inertia and k is the stiffness of the spring. Now spring is obviously connected to this mass n, and the displacement of mass m is x. So displacement of the spring will be also x. Okay. Now obviously it is very easy to solve such type of problem. So from this, what I can understand that again x is equal to r into theta. From this I will get, right? If x is equal to r into theta, okay. So what we will get? X dot is equal to r into theta dot, right now. So so theta dot is equal to x dot upon r. This is what I am getting. Okay. So now, therefore, first of all, kinetic energy. What is kinetic energy? So kinetic energy of a system is equal to kinetic energy of mass, which mass? Let us say small mass n translational, plus kinetic energy of a pulley only rotational. Why? Because your CG is fixed. Okay. So that is equal to 1 of m into x dot square plus 1 of I into theta dot square. Okay. So now therefore kinetic energy of a system is nothing but the 1 of what I am getting, let us say m into x dot square plus 1 of I. What is I? Let us say I is the capital mr square divided by 2. Okay, and what is theta? Theta dot square is nothing but the x dot square upon r square, because what I am doing, I am putting theta dot is equal to x dot upon r, because I have to convert this into the I am to convert it into the x form, because they have asked you to find out into the x form. So now I will get 1 up. So let us say small n plus, here I am getting capital M divided by, here I am getting capital M divided by 2, r square will get cancelled, and x dot square outside. So this is nothing but a 1 up. I am getting M equivalent into x dot square. So what is M equivalent I am getting? 2m small n plus capital M divided by 2. Okay. So now this is the first parameter which they have asked you to find out, and I find out for you, find out for the same. Okay. So now next, potential energy of a system. Now potential energy of a system is also very easy. Now how many springs we have? Let's go back to the problem. So we have a two spring. Uh, let us say that this spring is having a stiffness 2k and this spring is having a stiffness k, whatever. In this problem it is not given basically, so I have assumed it as a 2k and k. So now what is the displacement of the spring? X is a downward, and for this k, x towards the left side. So directly I am writing 1 of 2k into x square plus 1 of k into x square. Now no need to convert here because everything is in the x form. So 2k plus k divided by x square. So that is equal to 1 of 3k into x square. So what I am getting? 1 of k equivalent into x square, right? So now when I am getting 1 of k equivalent to x square, I am getting k equivalent is equal to, what I am getting k equivalent is nothing but the 3k. So this is the second parameter which I found out. Okay, so I hope you have understand this type of problem. So now we will move on to the some problem involving the dampers also. Okay, so now again using x as a generalized coordinate, determine the following system's equivalent parameters. So again they have asked you to find out x. I will solve some problems on the theta as a generalized coordinate also. Okay, so now they are saying x as a generalized coordinate means what you have to find out? What you have to find out? M equivalent, K equivalent, and obviously C equivalent because there is a damper over here. Okay, so damper is connected over here. Fine. Okay, so let's start. So how will you start? So let us say that x is the small displacement given to the mass n. Pulley is fixed at the center, so it will have only a translation motion theta. Let us say displacement of the spring will be also the x, and displacement of the damper will be also x. Okay, so now I hope you have understand this. Okay, so first step number one. What is the step number one? The step number one is to find out the relation. Now we know that, let us say this mass n, this mass is connected from the to this inside pulley. So this inside pulley is having a diameter r, and this damper is, let us say, connected to this outside pulley 2r. So obviously since this damper is connected to this outside pulley and it is having this 2r, okay, so this x, let us say the displacement is y for this. Okay, even if you consider x, doesn't matter, but since it is connected to the outer pulley and the radius is 2r, so I will consider the displacement of the damper as a y. Okay, and spring as a x only because it is connected to the mass m. So I can write here x is equal to, what I am getting, x is equal to r theta. Okay, so therefore theta is equal to x upon r, therefore theta dot is equal to x dot upon r. And let us say for this damper, displacement is the y and it is connected to the outer pulley having a radius 2r. So I am getting y is equal to 2r into theta. So therefore I am getting y is equal to 2r into theta. So y is equal to, now what is r theta x? So y is equal to 2x. This is what I am getting a relation. Okay, so I am getting a relation y is equal to 2x. Okay, so this is a small change. You have to take y for the damper because this damper is connected to the outer pulley having the radius 2r. Okay, so that is why I have to take y is equal to 2x. Now let me find out the kinetic energy. The kinetic energy of a system is equal to, we have kinetic energy of mass m translational plus kinetic energy of pulley rotational. Okay. Now kinetic energy of mass, kinetic energy of a system is equal to, what is the kinetic energy of pulley, sorry, mass, 1 of mx dot square, and for pulley obviously 1 of I into theta dot square. Okay. So let me take 1 half common. So m into x dot square plus, now what is I? Let me keep I as it is, because we don't know whether it is the pulley is having capital mass n or small mass n. Okay, so I will keep I as it is. So theta dot is nothing but the x dot square upon r square. Okay, so from this I will get 1 up. I will just get m upon I divided by r square into x dot square. So doesn't matter, I will get 1 up m equivalent x dot square. So I am just getting m equivalent m plus capital I divided by r square. Okay, so if I, let us say, if the mass of the pulley is given capital N, you can take I is equal to capital M square by 2, or small n, I is equal to small n. You can solve this further equation. Okay, and now what is the next step? Okay, the only spring K and only the damper. Now how do we solve the spring? So potential energy of a spring is equal to 1 of K into x square. So that is equal to 1 of K equivalent into x square. So from this it is very easy that K equivalent is equal to K I am getting. Okay, this is second parameter. Okay, and now the third, work done by the damper. So how do you solve for the damper? Now there is only one damper. Work done by the damper, how do you write? I have already solved the problems on this. So work done by the damper is given by minus integration of C into, what is now what is the displacement of the damper? Y. So take y dot into y. Okay, now we have to convert this into the x now in a single parameter. So what is y dot? Y dot is nothing but the 2x dot. I have already, and y is equal to what? 2 into x. Okay, so from this I am getting minus integration of 2x dot, 2 to the 4, so I am getting 4 cx dot into dx. Okay, so now this can be written as minus integration of c equivalent x dot dx. So comparing both the equations, we are getting c current is equal to 4c. I hope you have understand this. So this is how we have to solve the problems on the work done by the. Okay, so now we will solve the next problem, the problem which is based on the vertically suspended slender bar, that is a compound pendulum. So figure shows a pendulum connected to a spring and a viscous damper. Derive the equivalent parameters for the small angular acceleration theta. So theta is a generalized coordinate, means you have to find out I equivalent, K equivalent, and you have to find out the C equivalent. Okay, so now as given in this figure, so this is a pendulum having a mass n and it is displaced by small angle theta in clockwise direction. Okay, so first of all let's draw the displaced diagram. So let me draw the first of all displaced diagram. So let us say that this is the rest condition or the original position. So from original position, let us say it is displaced by so it is displaced by small angular displacement theta. Okay, so this is a slender bar, or you can call it as a pendulum also, displaced by small angle theta. Okay, so let me call this corresponding point as a point. So this A point is nothing but the where the damper is connected. Okay, at this particular point you can see that, let me call this particular point as spring point. Okay, so here the spring is connected. So let me call this particular point as a, this is O, and let us say this is a B. Okay, and let us say that at this point we have a CG. Okay, so this point is, let us say, called as a G, and G will move to the G dash. Okay, so now let us say that this distance, okay, this distance is x, that is the displacement of a spring Again, this distance is x. Let me call it as a displacement of the CG from G to D dash, and let me call this distance as a again x. So this distance is nothing but a displacement of the damper. Okay. Now we know this distance is nothing but L by 4, capital L by 4. This is given. Then this distance they have given from point O. So this distance is nothing but a L by 2, and this distance they have given as a L by 4. Now obviously this distance, that is a G, CG will act at a distance L by 2 from the center. Okay. So now first of all we have to find out the relation between all the x and the theta. Okay. So first let us say for spring, okay, for spring, which is the triangle you will consider? So spring is connected point, so triangle you will consider OB. Okay. So what is OB distance? OB distance is nothing but the L by 2, angle is theta. So you will get, for spring you will get x is equal to L by 2 into theta, right? And for damper, what you are getting? For damper you are getting x is equal to, for damper which triangle you will consider? OA, this right angle triangle up to this. Let us say this is A dash, okay? And let me call this is a B dash. So this OA dash, this triangle you will consider for the damper. So damper, this distance OA is nothing but L by 4. So L by 4 into theta. Okay. Now the third and the most important point for CG. For CG, which triangle you will consider? O, G and G dash. So O to G distance. Now this point A to point G distance is nothing but the L by 2, and point A to point O distance is nothing but the L by 4. Okay. So I want this distance OG. So distance OG is equal to, what is this OG? L by 2. Okay. So that is distance from A point to this G point. Okay. Minus distance O point to A point, that is L by 4. So L by 2 minus L by 4. Okay. So that is nothing but the L by 4. Okay. So what is x, corresponding x at the CG? So this x, corresponding x to the CG, that is G to G dash distance, x is equal to G dash is nothing but the L by 4 into theta. Okay. So now I have got all the relations for x, for x for the CG displacement, x for the displacement of the spring, and x for the displacement of the damper. Okay. Now once you have got this, okay, so let's solve first of all kinetic energy. Now you know that kinetic energy of a system is equal to 1 of m into x dot square, that is a kinetic energy of a mass m translation. Mass m means what? The small mass m, mass of a pendulum, which is nothing but a slender bar which is vertically suspended, plus 1 of rotational kinetic energy of a mass m, rotational, 1 of I into theta dot square. So now this is f1 of, what is now x dot? Okay. Now what is x dot in this case? Now x dot translation, what is translating? Your G to G dash, CG is translating. So for CG you have L by 4 into theta. So you have to take here x CG. Okay. So you have to take x here CG. So x dot is nothing but L by 4 into theta bracket square, and this is nothing but a theta dot. This one up. Now this compound pendulum or a pendulum is nothing but a vertically suspended slender bar. So for that we have I is nothing but the ml square by 12 into theta dot square. So now guys you can take 1 half common, so you get ml square divided by 16, plus here you get capital small n capital L square divided by 12 and into theta dot bracket square. So this becomes 1 half 7 upon 48 ml square into theta dot square, and this is nothing but a 1 half I equivalent into theta dot square. So comparing, I will get I equivalent. First answer which I got, I equivalent is equal to 7 upon 48 m into L square. Okay. Now potential energy of a system. Now potential energy of a system. Now potential energy of a system is nothing but potential energy of a spring K plus, now we'll go back to the figure. So now here you know that potential of the spring 2K plus. Now you know that this is a pendulum now. So in case of the pendulum, you know that, let us say when the pendulum is suspended vertically from the point O at the point G, okay, the G will get displaced from G to G dash. Okay, so this corresponding height is nothing but the H. Okay, so here the potential energy stored will be mgh, that is the potential energy due to the gravitational potential energy or potential energy due to the height h, the datum position. Okay, so here we have to take potential energy of a mass small n. Okay, that is mgh, right? So now for that I have to first of all draw the figure. So for that, which triangle you will consider? Which triangle you will consider? I will again go back to the figure. So I have to consider this triangle O, G and G dash, right? So let me consider this triangle and let me see what I'm getting. So I'm getting O to G dash to G, and let us say this is G dash. Okay. So what is this total height? This total height is nothing but L by 4. So this is theta. So this is also theta. So this height will be L by 4 into cos theta. So this is nothing but the h. So what is h? H is equal to L by 4 into 1 minus cos theta. This already we have studied. Okay. So now let us solve the potential energy. So potential energy of a system is nothing but 1 half 2k into x square plus 1 half m into gh. Now for spring, again I have already said for spring x is equal to L by 2 into theta. Okay, so x is equal to L by 2 into theta means what? Potential energy of a system is equal to 1 half 2k into x is nothing but the L by 2 into theta bracket square plus mg L by 4 1 minus cos theta. Okay, now this will become 1 by 2 into 2k L square upon 4 theta square plus mgl upon 4. Now 1 minus cos theta I can write as 2 sin square theta by 2. Okay, this is a small change what I have done. I have written by using a mathematics 1 minus cos theta I can write 2 sin square theta by 2. Okay, this you can write. Now here you can remove. Now you know that this 2 and this 4 will get cancelled, so remaining will be 2. Okay, now this 2 and this 4 will get cancelled, so remaining will be 2. So what remains here is that 1 half is the common, so remaining term will be kl square divided by 2 plus here it will remaining mgl, okay, theta square as it is mgl, okay. So this 2 which is remaining I have taken common, so here the term will be only mgl because this 2 after cancelling this 2 with 4 remaining is 2, so this 2 is taken common, so here will be mgl into sin square theta by 2. Okay, now try to understand that this sin square theta by 2 is nothing but the theta by 4 because sin theta square by 4 because sin theta is equivalent to theta, and since theta is very small, sin theta is equal to theta, and the sin square theta is nothing but the, this is nothing but the sin theta by 2 bracket square, right? So if I am eliminating this term sin, I will get theta square upon 4. Okay, so therefore potential energy of the system will become 1 half kl square divided by 2 plus then what is remaining now mgl, and sin square theta by 2 is nothing but the theta square by 4, right? So the remaining term will be k square by 2 mgl divided by 4 and theta square is common. So finally I am getting P is equal to 1 of what I will get 2kl square plus 2kl square plus mgl divided by 4 into theta square. Okay, so this is I am getting. Now compare this with the equivalent system. So that is nothing but 1 of kt equivalent into theta square. So finally I am getting kt equivalent is equal to 2kl square plus 2kl square plus mgl divided by 4. Okay, and now last but not least work done by the damper. So damper is connected at the upper point. So this is equal to minus integration of Cx dot dx, and for damper we know that Cx dot is nothing but the L by 4 into theta dot into d. What is x? L by 4 into theta. Okay, so this becomes minus integration of Cl square divided by 16 theta dot into d theta dot. Okay, so this becomes minus integration of Ct equivalent theta dot into d theta. Therefore, comparing with the equation, I am getting Ct equivalent is equal to Cl square divided by 16. So in this way, for this particular problem, I have got all the three parameters. I have got all the three parameters, and that is Ct equivalent. Then I have got this Kt equivalent. Okay, and then I have got this in the kinetic energy I equivalent. Okay, so these are nothing but the three parameters which we can solve. So in this way, you can solve the number of problems based on the equivalent systems.